everyone. I'm Adam Brown, and this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, April 15th. On today's show, we'll learn about the blue bus route from Diane Morton. Ruth Deuber will be cooking up something delightful in the kitchen, and we'll get another fit tip from Heather and Melanie. But first, we want to remind you to clear your schedule next Tuesday for the annual Shell Point Variety Show. This year's theme is Summer Memories, and the fun begins at 7:15 in the Village Church next Tuesday. Be sure to watch Shell Point Today this Friday, as we'll have a special teaser and preview of the variety show that will keep you laughing all weekend. Tomorrow is recognized as Holocaust Remembrance Day. In observance of this unforgettable time in our history, the Thursday matinee in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands will be the 1993 Oscar-winning movie Schindler's List. The film begins showing at 1:30 p.m. Also, don't forget about the outing to the Holocaust Museum in Naples on Friday. The exhibit Dearest Pauline will be featured. It's a first-hand account of the medical officers who brought order to chaos in the closing days of World War II by stabilizing and restoring the health of the civilian population. Court pickups begin on the island at 9:30 a.m. and the approximate return time is 3:30. The cost of the trip is $18 with lunch on your own at Seasons 52 restaurant. Tomorrow, the Computer Club will meet in the Manatee Room at 2:15. The discussion will be about malicious software. If you don't know what that is, you'll definitely benefit from this class. Let's just say it is not a good thing to have malicious software or malware on your computer. Mike Peterson from Computer Medics will demonstrate how the malware can enter your computer and how to determine if your computer is infected, and the steps to remove it. That's tomorrow in the Manatee Room of the island at 2:15. One of the bus routes on Shell Point property is called the Blue Route. This route has now expanded to reach residents of the newest neighborhood, the Estuary. Dan Philgreen recently talked with Transportation Supervisor Diane Morton while they took a ride on the bus along the route.
So Diane, we're out here on the beautiful Shell Point property on the Blue Route, driving around. Tell me about what's going on the route.
Well, we're going to be expanding the Blue Route to include our newest neighborhood, the Estuary. And the biggest change will be when we leave the island, if we have Springs, Estuary, or Eagles Preserve passengers, we are going to take those residents home. Then we will be pulling into the Woodlands neighborhood.
Okay, so that's going to allow you to always make right turns. It's a little safer getting off Shell Point Boulevard.
That's correct. The Springs residents are normally the first group we drop off if we have any passengers. Again, only if we have passengers on board will we go to those neighborhoods. If we don't have any residents in those neighborhoods, when we leave the island, we would come directly into the Woodlands.
So now, Diane, I understand traditionally you've hit every stop 2 times every hour. Is that correct?
That's correct. We hit every neighborhood 2 times an hour, and with the addition of the Estuary, that will not change. We will be in that neighborhood 2 times an hour if we have residents, passengers on the bus at that time.
Okay, so no more waiting than before. You managed to work that out, hit everything twice in an hour.
That's correct. We do that throughout all our transportation services here at Shell Point, whereas we're in those neighborhoods twice an hour.
Where are we, Diane?
We are at the first official Estuary bus stop. At this bus stop, there's a couple chairs on the porch, so if it's raining outside, you can get on the porch out of the weather. We selected this spot because it's easy for the bus to turn around the cul-de-sac. Also, it's convenient for any other Shell Point residents that want to come and use the swimming pool facilities here at the Estuary. If Estuary residents want to ride the Blue Route bus, they will call a cell phone number. The bus driver will tell the estuary resident what time they will be at the bus stop, so the resident knows what time they need to be ready to catch the bus, and the bus will come and pick them up and take them to their final destination.
Terrific. And if you live elsewhere, this is convenient to the pool here that everybody's welcome to use, and come out and enjoy the estuary. So, it seems like just being able to get out and ride the bus is a great way to just enjoy the Shell Point property. We have, 400 acres here, and your husband, Steve, does a great job of making them look great. So this is a great way to just see Shell Point on the bus.
Exactly. Many of our island residents who come to the Woodlands for academy classes or musical events many times do not ride the bus. And when they do ride the bus, they enjoy going through the golf course, seeing the bird life, seeing the golfers, seeing the construction of the estuary is an activity for many people because it gives them an opportunity to see what's going on at Shell Point. They hear so much about it and read so much about it, but this is an actual hands-on, let's see what it looks like.
And for all of our residents, the great benefit is you never have to worry about finding a place to park on the island when you're there for a concert. No worries about getting there late. You can go right in the front door. No fuss, no muss.
Exactly. Whenever we have an event at the church which hosts a concert or a church service, we always bring on additional bus services. For example, recently we've had several concerts sell out, and I brought on 4 to 5 buses just so there's not any extreme waiting at the end when everybody is out and the concert's over.
And now tell us the hours again, because if somebody hasn't ridden the bus, that might be a worry. Is it gonna run? Am I gonna get stuck? Are they gonna quit running?
You can always rest assured that if there's an event at the church, additional buses will run, and they run till everybody is home. So there's no set time when we stop running the buses after a concert. We always make a final round through the church driveway to make sure that we've picked up every last passenger.
So you're never going to get stuck on the island or anywhere for that matter. The drivers are always going to be aware that you need a ride. They're going to make sure you get home no matter how late it is. But on a normal day, what are the hours?
The hours of the Blue Route, it starts at 7 a.m. in the morning and ends at 8 p.m. We run that route 7 days a week. Every day of the year, we run the Blue Route.
Excellent. So there you go, folks. An easy way to get around Shell Point. You can leave the driving to Robert and the other drivers and just enjoy the beautiful view of the property as it goes by. Get there, no worry about parking, and you'll have a comfortable, safe ride anytime, all day long, all over Shell Point.
Well, it smells like something's cooking over at Ruth Deuber's place. Let's head on over and see what recipes she has in store that you can try out in your own kitchen.
Hi, I'm Ruth Deuber, and this is what's cooking at Shell Point. And I have kind of a fun recipe today. Actually, it's one that Dee Darcy and I are going to do in our little cooking demo that we're going to do up at the Arbor. It's breakfast, and I don't know, if you ever get up in the morning and you walk into the kitchen and no, you don't really know what you want. Well, here's an idea for you. We're going to do the strawberry breakfast sandwich. And these are the honey multigrain little sandwich thins, but you can get whole wheat. You can get a lot of combinations. And these are really healthy for you. It's only 100 calories, has 1 gram of fiber. And so we're going to make a breakfast sandwich. And of course, strawberries are in right now. And so that's something else we're going to use. It's that, and strawberries, and a Philadelphia cream cheese. And this has, it's honey and pecans. So if you're allergic to nuts, you don't want to try this. You could use just plain Philadelphia cream cheese. So we have one right here, and I'm going to open it up, and we're going to put the cream cheese, and we're going to do it on each slice. Now if you want to, you can toast these first. Everyone I've given one of these to said they're really good, and I enjoy them, so In fact, I even have sprinkled a few blueberries on it. You have to watch out when you eat it, though, that they don't pop out. Yeah, just about got this covered. You can use any amount that you want. If you want a whole lot, you just put more on. And so now for the strawberries. And I'm going to core this. And I'm never sure how many it takes for the sandwich. So we'll just start building it. And you can also make the strawberries as thick as you want. Now I put the pointed end toward the center. But actually, if you don't want to take the time, you can just put them any way you want, just so they're covered. Yeah, and that's going to be right there. Looks like I need another strawberry or two. Let's put that in there. Let's do one more. Ooh, that's pretty full right there. Okay. Then you just take the other half and put it on top. And I like to press it down just a little bit. And you know what? That's it. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of it here. And I'll cut a piece off for me for right now. Well, I'm not doing well there. There it is. I think that looks so good. There's the other side. You have to flick your fingers too. Well, that's it. I hope you'll try it. I'll put it up on the website. That's all for today. Bye.
After a big meal, it's time to get outside and get some exercise. Heather Battey and Melanie Brode are ready with today's Fit Tip.
Hi, I'm Melanie Brode with today's Fit Tip, and I have Heather Battey with me today, and she's going to demonstrate some exercises. I hear a lot about, I feel that my legs are getting weak and I can't get up and out of the chair, so what can I do? You can get up and get out of the chair. So I'm going to have Heather sit at the end of the chair with her feet planted, and she's going to throw her arms forward, and she's going to try to stand all the way up and go all the way down. All the way up. Keep going, Heather. Let's try to go a little bit faster. Oh. You got it. If this is hard for you, and it may be because you're losing strength in your legs, then you should rock back, lift your feet, and use momentum to lift yourself up and out of the chair. So this is an easy way to be a beginner because you're using your momentum to force you up and out of the seat. Good. And then she just demonstrated as we started, it was a little bit more difficult because she's keeping her feet planted and she's pushing through her heels, her glutes, her stomach, quadriceps. This is going to give you a whole lower body strengthening workout, and it's a little bit of cardio. Like you said earlier, you can exercise during the commercials, during the TV when you're watching, and you'll get a workout. Good job, Heather. That's today's Fit Tip. We'll see you later.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Caitlin Van Scoy and I'm here with Bev Chanley, and we're going to let you know all the activities happening at Shell Point today. We start bright and early at 7:45 with men's Bible study in the Osprey Room on the island. And at 8 a.m. we have men's match play doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Lily and Company Jewelers will be here for their weekly service at 8:45. They have a table set up in the Resident Activity Center. Jurassic Travel will be here to help you with all your personal traveling needs. They'll be in the e-group room at 9 a.m. Also at 9 a.m. we have the watercolor group with Phil Hilton meeting in the art studio. And at 9:15 we have the card making and scrapbooking group in the Tarpon room. Find Mark Roundtable will be in the Manatee Room at 10 a.m. And the men's match play doubles tennis will be at the Woodlands Tennis Courts at 10 a.m. 10:15 is the time for the Model Yacht Sailing Club to sail their boats at the Commons Lake at the Woodlands. And also at 10:15 we have the Women's Ministries Global Outreach meeting in the Village Church. At 11 a.m. we have the Neuropathy group gathering in the Oak Room over the Woodlands. And our last morning activity is at 11:30 with the Health Connections class, Specifics in Cardio Conditioning, and that'll be in the Health Club, and it's currently full. Well, here's Bev for our afternoon lineup.
Thanks, Caitlin. At 12:45, we have a Health Connections class. It's Advanced Senior Strength. That's in the Health Club. It's currently full. At 1 o'clock, chess will be played in the Library Lounge on the island. At 1:15, we have Behind the Scenes at the Village Church. It's back behind the scenes tour. Should be interesting, and the sign-up is required for that. At 1:30 until 3:30, the Model Training Room is open for tours. We have another Health Connections class at 1:45, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1 in the Health Club. That's currently closed. And our Knitters Anonymous group will be in the Osprey Room at 2:15. Jazz and Stuff will be playing in the Grand Cypress Room at 2:30, so head on down for their concert. And then at 3 o'clock, it's time for the Bible study, and that's in the Community Room of King's Crown. Also at 3 o'clock, we have a Health Connections Pilates stretch class. That's in the Health Club. And we have a 3 o'clock memory care group. That's held in the conference room of the Behavior Health Center. Sign-up is required. Also at 3:30, we have a Health Connections class, Aqua Agility and Conditioning at the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. And pickleball will be at the pickleball courts at 4. There's court dinners at the Crystal tonight. They start at 4:30. The 4:30 is the time that Sand Dollar and Coquina folks will be picked up. 4:40 for the Lucina court pickups. Also at 4:30, we have indoor bocce at the Health Club. 5:45, we have a church choir rehearsal at the Village Church Choir Room. And then we have a 7:15 reception for Glenda Stevenson at the Village Church. Well, we want to wish you a wonderful day, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Menus for Wednesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is grilled pork tenderloin with creamed rice and green beans. The dinner special is the pasta buffet for $13.95, and the soup of the day is pasta fagioli. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a roast beef panini with peppers, onions, and fries for $7.25. The dinner special is fried shrimp for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are swordfish for $17.95 or New York strip for $19.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey, an assistant pastor. In some of our western states like New Mexico, you can drive for mile after mile through beautiful desert. Each little hill or bend in the road opens up a vast panorama of scenery under brilliant skies. But there is danger there. When approaching some of these vast stretches of open road, the traveler will see signs reading, "Fill up here, last exit for 50 miles, or 75 miles, even 100 miles. The cautious traveler fills up with gas whether he needs it or not. A friend of mine crossed this area some time ago, long before the cell phone era. He filled up and drove 110 miles before the next exit. How awful it would be, he thought. How awful to run out of gas in the middle of nowhere. Whatever would one do? Now and again he saw a car or a truck, but it was dreadfully lonely out there. There were no houses, let alone gas stations. In the little town at the end of the long stretch, however, he learned that there were desert angels, men who made a mission out of helping stranded motorists. They would ride the highway in their old pickup trucks, equipped with jerry cans of gasoline, ready to help the distressed motorist who might have overlooked the sign. Desert angels indeed. One day, another couple was crossing this vast area. Deep in conversation as they began the long, lonely stretch, they totally missed the signs. It was a worst-case scenario, and sure enough, about halfway across the 100-mile stretch, the engine died. They had run out of gas. The wife began to cry. They had visions of being stranded for the night, being robbed, even dying there. What could they do? Eventually, they noticed in their rear-view mirror an old pickup truck on the horizon behind them. Rather than speed past them, it gradually slowed down and pulled off onto the side of the road right behind them. The couple was terrified. They had heard how unprincipled bandits sometimes took advantage of stranded travelers, robbing them or molesting them. So they waited, motionless, for the attack, scared to even get out of their car. But, to their amazement, the driver of the pickup truck didn't move. He just waited and watched. After a long time, they could stand the stalemate no longer. Perhaps the driver of the pickup didn't want to harm them after all. Perhaps there was someone they could trust. They decided to take the initiative. As the wife stayed glued to her seat, the husband slowly opened his door and walked cautiously towards the pickup, his hands out of his pockets. As he did so, the driver of the pickup leaned out of his window and asked, "What's the problem, friend? Need some gas?" It was a desert angel. Not wanting to frighten them, the desert angel had learned not to thrust himself on people. They might be armed and aggressive. They might not want help. Rather, he just made himself quietly available and waited until those in need took the initiative. And that's how it is with our desert angel. God makes himself quietly available, and he waits for us to take the initiative. He has all we need to get us to our destination, but he waits for us to approach him and ask for help. He doesn't impose himself. Call upon the Lord while he is near, urged the prophet Isaiah. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved, explained the Apostle Paul. Now is the day of salvation. And Jesus himself said, "Come to me. Come to me and you'll recover your life." You can trust the desert angel. Why not invite him to help you today? And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.
Well, that's all for today's edition of Shell Point Today. Come back again tomorrow when we'll talk about vaccinations with Shell Point pharmacist Yao Adu Sarkodie. And resident Kathy Miskell will share a story with us about the attitude of yes. Until then, I'm Adam Brown for Shell Point TV. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.